Have you ever just laid in bed and looked at yourself flat or upside down? Or I guess I'm right. No, see, I'm not upside down. I'm right side up, but laying down. So, oh, you guys must think I'm losing it. I'm not. I promise. I just am trying to sit here and think. Okay, I'm not upside down, right? Because that would connote my head being this way. So, or then you seeing me upside down. And I'm not totally laying flat, but I am laying down. I don't know. But you know what I mean, It's like we always take pictures. Well, not always. We're just always selfies or we're not laying straight down. And see, it's funny because my meter just went up to the top of my... Anyway, I made some coffee, and I'm kind of feeling like it's this a Sunday morning, I made some coffee, and which tasted really good. And then I started hearing these birds that I'm not familiar with back home. And they were rather chatty and sounded really pretty. And then I noticed when I was making coffee that it must have rained a little bit. We had some moisture, and I had to open the back door and smell it. Oh, it just smells. Do you like it? I'm sure not everybody likes the smell of fresh rain or what it smells like after rain, but I adore it. I think it's lovely. Now, when I lived in Washington State, up by Seattle, I did not, I couldn't appreciate it after a while because it just was so much rain. And maybe that happens here. It's just that rain is a commodity, like, in Colorado, and we don't get much of it. And if we do get it, it seems like lately in the last few years, it's like just torrential downpour and everything's flooding. It's like, what's going on in California right now. How sad. I mean, there's been such a long drought, and Colorado's been the same. And you're like, but we don't want it all. We don't want it all in one fell swoop because the ground can't handle it. And so then you end up with more damage than really good. So it's like, yes, we want rain, but we don't want rain in 1 hour. We need it. And that's the same way I feel at home. I'm like, could we just percolate, a gentle rain? I don't know. And some of you older folks, and I haven't lived all over this country, and I'm not familiar with other weather patterns, but for the most part, I've noticed that we just don't seem to have those gentle rains anymore. That's sad. It's so sad because I really enjoy the gentle rains. Anyhow, I opened up the window to smell it and to be able to hear the birds a little bit more. And then there's squirrels run all over the place chit-chatting. And I look terrible. There, I feel a little bit better there. Oh, I do not have enough memory on my phone to handle these vlogs. So it takes forever for them to upload somewhere else, and I sure as heck can't edit anything, and why would I anyway? It's a vlog, right? Podcasts are a different story, but... So made coffee, tastes good. Got my second cup, decided to go back to bed and just lay here. I'm on the 8th season of Chicago Med. And it's interesting, some people would say, well, doesn't that bother you watching a show like that with all the conditions that you have. And actually, no, it doesn't. Maybe it's seeing other people in pain and not me. I don't know. That's a terrible thing to say. But I'm also finding it interesting. They had the first trigeminal neuralgia patient on there, I think in season 6. That was fascinating, and he was an excellent, excellent actor, the guy who played the guy with the trigeminal neuralgia. So if anybody wants to know what it kind of looks like, and that's a good one. I'll have to tell you what episode. For those of you who have trigeminal neuralgia, have never seen yourself represented, well, that's interesting. Although it's kind of fascinating that it mainly hits women. But a man played this part. He was a younger guy, and that's the other thing is that it usually occurs in people that or at least exhibits itself later in life. I was told by so many different neurologists what a rarity I was, because I was diagnosed rather young, and I have been able to trace it back to even being younger. Oh, how many dentists I went through just to try to figure out what it was, and never did have a dentist tell me. Anyway, so I'm a little more chipper. After watching a couple episodes, having a cup of coffee, put on some lotion, washed my face, and I thought, I thought I wanted toast, with a lot of butter on it, toast and tea, toast and coffee. But that's, what a carb addict does, I go for the carbs, go for the bread to make me feel better. I really love bread, and I love tortillas and all that fun stuff. But, it was interesting. It didn't taste good. So I threw it out, and I was glad, and I smiled, because I'm like, okay, well, the things that have always worked for me before is not working for me this time. Nothing's, I've been able to break a lot of those habits, and so yay for me. So I guess we just keep vlogging about my feelings and options to get me through. But I forgot that I brought a different yarn for to make some winter stars. I designed a pattern several weeks ago that I called the Winter Star, because it's for me, and especially in Colorado, and I guess it depends on where you are. I mean, you can make it in any color, and a star is a star, a flower. No, not a star, but a winter flower. I called it the Winter Flower. And I didn't make it for my Christmas tree or the Christmas season. I just made it for kind of winter season. But because of my health and because of everything going on, I haven't been able to film the tutorial. Well, I brought that with me. So I thought, that sounds like fun. Something small and easy, and just making some flowers might be fun, And so I think that's what I'm going to do. So I got the yarn out, and I got my hook out for that, and I thought, I'm going to go and lounge a little bit more, do a quick vlog, listen to the birds, and smell the outside damp grass. It's interesting seeing green grass here, of course, because everything is either covered in ice and snow at home, or it turns all brown in the winter time. It was so weird hearing someone cut the grass the other day. I'm like, oh, this is January. What the heck? Oh, thank goodness. That would kill me, having to cut the grass all year long. I'm sure, it's like, wow. We stopped cutting the grass in October. Anywho, I hope everyone has some time today to reflect on the beautiful inspiration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And what an amazing message that he had, and that still rings true and important today. I think we should be thinking about it every day, but in particular today, I think it's important. because there's so much to work on. Or that's in that regard. That's one thing about a lot of the meds or this condition. It's like I'm not near as articulate as I used to be. Words, I always call it like word salad. It's like words come out a little different, or I'll switch words out for different other words, and it kind of drives me crazy. I laugh about it, but it bugs me. Anyway, good morning.